you know, honestly, the big thing for me is like, can Echo Fox actually close the game out? Because if this continues, sure, your early game is great, but they aren't really playing to close out a game at 20 minutes. We saw Phoenix 1 yesterday close out a game at about 24, 25 minutes because of the fact that they won a team fight and then they knew just run it down mid and then they'll be able to end the game.
Well, we're back into our final draft of the evening, perhaps, actually. I'm not sure what happened on the other stream, but bans are going to stay standard for now. Rise and... That's not Rise, that's Zyra and Syndra banned for Echo Fox, and Camille Rengo with likely LeBlanc to come from Immortals as the teams have swapped back over sides again. Let's see what the final ban here for Echo Fox.
You may be a prophet, though, because I would expect Rise, so yes. PastryTime! I'm going to make a Reddit post about how you're a legend and how you can predict every pick. What's the last one?
LeBlanc.
Oh, God! He's out of control! He's out of control!
Echo Fox with their first pick. It's actually very curious to see where it goes. Look at that.
We got this.
We're learning. We've seen a lot of Echo Fox Immortals today.
Malzahar. For Flame.
I actually like this a lot. I mean, Flame was looking good in the Fiora, but just taking this pick away from Lupa, he's been so strong on it, and it is like a very straightforward champion to play. We talk about it. If Echo Fox feel like they're struggling in the 5v5, Moakai is like the best possible champion you can get, and Cody Sun going to revisit the Varus as well, despite Ashe being open.
Yeah, Ashe is open, so you take that because you don't want it banned out in the next phase. And
It learned from last game.
Exactly, and Ashe is actually considered like the S or the God tier out of all of the AD carries. So Varus and Jhin fall down to right below her for most people because she kind of soft counters them. Because she slows them down more frequently than they actually do anything to her. So she can kite away from them, etc. and play at her max range, which is a little bit higher than both Varus and Jhin.
And there's Rek'Sai once more for Akaadian, so we'll see if Dardoch maybe goes back to the carry-style jungler with the Kha'Zix again, or potentially even something different. Rengar, of course, not available, so won't be able to take that for himself, but we'll take the safe pick here and mirror picks on the other side. So they've taken almost the same 3 roles, but Kha'Zix is the final pick here for Dardoch as we move into our second ban phase.
It's a little crazy that they would actually go for the Kha'Zix right there because you would force your opponent to ban out both Kha'Zix and Lee Sin. But I assume he just doesn't want to play something like an Olleh with this composition and actually be more of that assassin and take control of the game, because Dardoch has kind of been on cleanup duty so far. He played Kha'Zix in the first game and it didn't go too well for him, and then in the second game, Rek'Sai just really wasn't working out for him at all.
Yeah, I think going back to something that maybe suits his style a bit more, certainly a good champion in the meta as well. As Anivia is the respect ban away from Froggen, I actually like that quite a lot. MF though, going to be the ban. I imagine Echo Fox will take Lulu as well off the board, which they did do in the last game.
Yeah, take Lulu off the board as their second ban. The Anivia, the Rek'Sai was previously what they had banned, so now they'll focus a little bit more towards, I would assume, the top links. You don't want to ban out support unless you really want to pinch that pool down to pick up your support.
Have to see. Immortals don't have too much time left in the draft.
Sorry. They have Malzahar on the other side, so it would be mid lane. 1 second.
Might have missed it. We'll have to find out.
I talked yesterday about it because the ban phase, it actually goes down. So Flame has to ban a champion, Dardoch, Pobelter, Cody Sun, Olleh. So the coach actually has to go through every person on the team, say, hey, pick this, hey, ban this. So it ends up going back and forth, so they actually just skip a ban there. That leaves Lulu on the table, though. And the Orianna ban as well, because you expect Pobelter to get that very last pick.
Kind of like that there, actually. So 2 mid lane bans for the final ones. Of course, first pick here will go to Immortals, as Cody Sun will hover a Yasuo. Not sure I expect that one. I mean, Pobelter would have to play it, I think, at this point. So Olleh is going to get his Morgana back instead.
Oh, Lulu on the table as well. And great job as well from Echo Fox to say they would prioritize the Morgana over the Lulu, considering it was considered a much better counter to the Malzahar.
I feel like in general the bottom lane for Immortals, you know, they're fresh to the LCS, and Cody Sun's place, it's his first time in professional play. I think they're going for comfort here. Varus over Ashe with our open, Morgana over Lulu with that open. Comfort actually means a lot to your player, so I think they're just playing what they know, especially in the final game.
Yeah, they're probably more practiced and prefer the combination of Varus alongside the Morgana than Varus alongside the Lulu. And I was talking about it before, what's your 4th best support or 5th best support? For Olleh, it's the Morgana that may not be in meta, but it's something that he is quite good at playing.
And there's Twisted Fate once again for Froggen, so we saw them actually win with the Twisted Fate. I did like the type of play it promoted, but I love this from Lupa. He's going to take a more carry-style champion into the top lane. It can be risky. There were tanks open if you wanted them, despite not getting Moakai, but he wants the Jayce. And I think for Pobelter might be a fun one. This is a real old-school matchup. And I hope he does it, because jury's out on who wins. A lot of people think Fizz is favored, but it's locked in. we'll see Fizz versus Twist of Fate.
I mean, Fizz right now, he can dodge gold cards. He's able to throw out a Megalodon and have this gigantic hitbox on his fish. So if you get ganks early and you have a way to actually lock up Froggen, then you can pretty much turn this Twisted Fate into just breakfast, lunch, and dinner, feed for the whole day.
Very happy fish, I suppose. Well, I like it from Pobelter. We saw it from Jensen early in the weekend on Friday. Certainly a champion that's kind of floating around there. It's not, you know, maybe a top tier mid laner, but good in this exact situation. Bit more of a counter pick, especially when other mid laners are banned out. I love it from Pobelter. Had a good Rise game in the last one. Now going to take something even more aggressive.
Yeah, we'll see the assassins like Fizz, Echo, LeBlanc, Katarina. We'll see them, LeBlanc, we'll see her in bans. But the other three, we'll usually see them as counter picks or something that is an assassin environment that is very friendly to them. So you see a squishy mage in the mid lane. There's no tank on the side of Echo Fox except for the jungler Akaadian. And we saw previously on Rek'Sai, he felt pressured in the second game yesterday to build Tiamat because he wasn't doing enough damage. He wasn't carrying hard enough in the first game when he got fed. So we'll see what ends up happening with Pobelter's Fizz, because you talked about it. He needed to step up this year. Can he be that carry with that assassin in the mid lane? And
I think Flame is another question. He had 2 good Fiora games back-to-back despite the loss in game number 1. Moakai, obviously a very different champion, and Flame is no stranger to this sort of tank picks, but it is a different look for him given his legacy and even just given what we've seen in the series.
Yep. And he did play some tanks at IM Gyeonggi where they did actually get knocked out in the semifinals, but they still made it to top 4.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. We've got a game 3 to play here between Echo Fox and Immortals. I think both teams are learning. Again, very new rosters for both sides, so kind of ironing out the wrinkles as they find them. But unfortunately, there can only be one winner, and taking this game 3 is all that's left.
Yep. One of these teams will end up with 1-0 going into tomorrow. Well, actually, Echo Fox with 1 loss already, so they could be 1-1 or they could be 0-2. I'm actually interested in this Moakai pick for Flame, like you were talking about, where tanks, not really something he was known for, but he can play the tanks. But I think this is more of a, if we build it, they will come. If I have CC, the jungler will come to my lane before, because Flame has just been getting camped. Right? Flame has been killed both games very early on, multiple times, and then he's just relegated to farming on the side. So maybe if he has a twisted advance for a Jayce that he could get in with Dardoch and possibly make a play on the top side to set him up.
And it's cool to see the other side as well with the Jayce there for Lupa, going Thunderlords of course, so good aggressive laner. Lupa should be able to get leverage here 1v1. Lupa's played a lot of tanks so far in the games we've seen, but much like Flame, is also capable of playing the other side, which is more of these carry style champions. So we'll see if Lupa can do a lot of work for his team. And I think top lane's going to be one to watch here, but as always, these junglers have traded actually the same matchup back and forth, I believe. Oh no, it was Graves in game 1 for Akaadian, excuse me. But Akaadian has not missed a first blood yet. We'll see what happens here in the early game, because Echo Fox have been looking good there.
Right, 4 for 4 on his first bloods. Fantastic for a rookie. And he was talking about how he doesn't want to show nerves. He wants to be very bold. And Pobelter gonna trade. Oh, he gets the Thunderlords off too, so quite big. Olleh has the ward, so throw it out.
Ooh!
Ooh, he's a little bit delayed on throwing that out there.
Slight missed timing, so that means he's no time in the bottom lane, and Lupa already forcing Flame back. He's used a charge of his potion already. You can see Gate actually, with Olleh kind of misstepping there, not getting the red buff, actually zoned off with a bit of Gate's pressure there. Good dodge there from Pobelter. Yep. Kind of aggressively getting in his face.
Yeah, of course, though, the Playful Trickster cooldown is much longer than the pick a card. So, yep, Froggen ends up going back in for another trade.
Gate again, looking to play up and aggressive.
Yeah, they got priority on the lane because they knew Olleh had to walk all the way around. So CS advantage, and also the fact that they'll be having the lane shove advantage here on Echo Fox's side to hit level 2 first. So can't even contest. Don't walk up. It's not worth it on Immortals' side.
And he's going to get extra CS here, but you can just see how the early game played out, reflected in the CS already. He's now collecting some, but he was 10 behind just before.
Yep, picking him up as they crash into the turret, but still, yes, like you said, 4 to 13. But Dardoch, though, he has positioned himself to be on the top side of the map. Issue here, though, is that it's a gigantic wave and a Jayce. So this could even be a dive by Akaadian if he wanted to actually go for that play. It's quite risky since you're not very tanky, and the turrets definitely shred you, and Moakai has multiple ways to just get away, slow you down. So he's kind of just keeping tabs on Dardoch and predicting that Dardoch will go top here. It's a good call as well, because Dardoch's going for a level 4 route into top lane gank.
Also a nice word from Flame as Pobelter's actually zoned Froggen completely off the turret. He's crashing a wave in, even auto-attacking. Akaadian's going to try for another first blood. Pobelter gets interrupted with the Urchin Strike, but Nan Playful Tricks is over.
Flash.
Might not even have to flash now, does with the car, but Akaadian flashes in again. Can he go? It's Froggen this time with first blood.
Doesn't matter. First blood participation still counts. And Akaadian, another great play there. That was synergy as well between him and Froggen. Akaadian, what he did is he attack moved so that as soon as the Q goes through from Fizz, he stops him, and the Fizz doesn't even go through and ends up on the far left side of him. And then he was forced to flash and actually use the E really early on. So it was honestly a little bit too eager there from Pobelter. We'll see it again here. So it'll be the attack move here. So to interrupt him as soon as he makes contact, you don't have to hit W to interrupt it. But really early Playful Trickster, you should Playful Trickster as the card is in the air to make sure you just cancel the card. So Pobelter, a little bit antsy there.
Probably worried about the red buff, but yeah, very tricky situation with Pobelter to get out of, and well played by Fox mid-jungle to pick up yet another first blood participation this time for Akaadian, but like you said,
Yeah, I think that definitely still counts.
certainly still counts. Looks like Dardoch's poking his head up towards top lane. Flame had a nice ward earlier to see Akaadian there, so information and of course avoiding any potential gank was nice, but Lupa kind of understandably ahead in a 1v1. Malzahar just getting pushed around. Lupa does get the Thundering Blow in there. He's ahead on CS right now. We'll see how much he can starve away from Flame. But Moakai, kind of used to this in these matchups in particular. We've seen Fiora, Lupa was able to get kind of better traction with the CS at least in the lane, but Jayce is a very different early game champion.
If he can hit EQ here, he could possibly go for a full combo onto Flame because he's out of mana. There it is.
Forces the
Gets
flash. Love it from Lupa. Kind of knows the limits of the champion. Going to push this wave in. We're going to force Flame to teleport back and then pick up a nice item buy for himself and get even stronger. Moakai is going to have trouble. Double Dorans is correct here from Flame. And now going to TP back to the lane as well. Not even going to get full health. So really wanting all of the experience in CS from these minions.
Yep, every second that he wastes, he doesn't end up getting another CS and misses experience, misses gold, and he needs everything in this matchup, especially since he doesn't have his flash anymore. So he's a prime target to actually just camp right now. But I actually love what Akaadian did, as he went top and he started warding very early on to prevent Dardoch from ganking and to keep Looper safe, because in the Jayce matchup, you want to shove, and you can't shove without the vision or else you just get ganked. So it gave Looper the confidence to just play this far up, and you can see with the ward coverage that he has, that he doesn't feel threatened at all.
Yeah, with all the money, bought himself a control ward, which we saw in place then in the Tri-Bush, and so many good early game stats. Refillable Potion, double alongside Ruby Crystal, just efficiency only in the 1v1, wanting to retain that advantage for as long as possible.
I think Flame's gonna have to hard shove here because this wave, it's gonna get frozen otherwise. It's like, there's no way that, he has to just make sure there's enough minions that Looper, if he freezes it, he takes like 400 damage. He'll take it anyway. He's happy with that, I guess.
There's a man that knows an awful lot about having lanes frozen. It is Flame.
Yep.
That was his MO for a long, long time. Dardoch also was ducking mid, but couldn't quite find a gank onto Froggen. Froggen also now level 6, so could maybe come down to even this bottom lane or that top lane. You see Akaadian's here as well. This looks pretty telegraphed. Flame, he's too far forward, but he kind of has to because he wants the minions. Gold card is there. Visions ran out from the ultimate, but Froggen's just going to run into the brush, stun him up. No flash there from Flame. There's the knock-up in, and Lupa, he probably should get the kill. He's going to try for it here, but Akaadian with another revisit, and there's the kill for Lupa.
And Flame is just getting picked on every single game, but Echo Fox, they are targeting that top lane and setting up a carry this time. So now, it's not setting up your Moakai up against a Fiora who eventually joins the teamfight. You are setting up a big split push threat and also a large part of this composition because Echo Fox, once they start getting those tier 1 turrets down, the tier 2, they'll have to siege.
Oh, I know, feels bad. Black Shields himself, exhaust burn as well.
Minions!
Damage still there. The Voidlings are chasing. Cody Sun's going to try and shoot them all. And Dardoch's down here as well, but this could be tricky. He's trying to maybe go for a dive here. Pobelter's in as well.
They have all
Fish
some.
lands. There's Gate. Exhaust down immediately. Good flash from Gate, but it's not quite enough. Might have been a misstep, and now Dardoch gonna dive in. Great double kill for Kha'Zix.
Yeah, flash the fish into Keith there as well. Keith took a bit of residual damage. And that gets all 4 summoners, and it also gets them 2 kills on top of it. So good play there from Immortals to bring it back.
And I love the answer here. They know Flame is getting picked on in top lane, so they come bottom and do this.
Yeah, and especially since Olleh, he checked this bush, so they're a little bit far up. This will give Echo Fox confidence. And Olleh has to blow flash. That's exhaust and heal out of the bottom lane. but they had this gigantic wave, and because Echo Fox hid in the bottom bush, they actually let this wave get shoved into them, which set this play up. Yep, flashes there, hits him, and hey, replay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's live.
It is live, and Flame's in trouble once again. Knocked up there, red buff, so good double knockback from the Arcane Smash. Flame lives this time.
Yep, this time Flame gets away, but Akaadian still hanging around a little bit in that top lane, making sure that this is a good matchup for the Jayce, but they're actually swapping it. So it's a quick swap.
Looking for, again, maybe that turret push. We've seen this from Echo Fox a few times here. Immortals have actually taken the bottom turret twice, so
yeah,
maybe just thinking, trying to break this up early.
It'll be a race here. Looper will try to take this turret down alongside the AD carry before they get that bottom lane turret. And because of the Jayce and the fact that 3 people, I think this goes to Fox first.
Looks like it. Flame can't really do too much here. Voiding's also helping out, and Akaadian's actually caught Froggen on the other side. They're going to go in for Flame, though. He's going to get jumped on. He didn't go out in time. Dardoch's here to save him, but that might not be enough presence. Looks like it is. Pobelter also on the flank. Roamed up there, but Akaadian spotted him. Froggen's here, but he's got no ultimate, and turrets will just get traded here.
Answered on the bottom side for Immortals. Maybe pick up a little bit of vision inside of the jungle. Last charge on the Sightstone there for Olleh. Pobelter has to go back to mid. Oh, maybe makes a roam play to mid with the Twisted Fate. He does have both summoner spells and he has vision, so it'll be hard to pick off.
Pobelter does have the Shark ready to go. And it looks like Froggen's off for the blue buff at the moment, so just going to bide their time. Level 6 for Cody Sun as well, for an additional bit of CC, but Froggen, they're taking that buff, and looks like the bottom lane of Immortals will actually go back and likely go top lane, I suppose. Try and see if they can do some damage. Curious to see where Immortals can assign their laners here. Done a pretty good job so far. Really, again, playing the map and playing the macro game well.
Seeing where Pobelter wants to go, kind of just went for his scenic route all the way around.
Didn't get too much vision done either by the looks of things, so not too much gain there, but I like that he's being aggressive on the Fizz and trying to roam around. Both these mid laners actually will want to get into other lanes and influence them. Pobelter with TP can actually be a viable split pusher as well. He's actually going to join this 1v1 bottom lane.
No, I'm not actually going to throw the fish out there. Dardoch soloing the Drake. Kha'Zix, once you have the first evolution and you evolve the claws, it's such a low cooldown that he can solo it by himself. Solo it by himself is redundant, but he can solo it. Doesn't need Olleh, but a little bit faster.
Just in case.
You know.
And this will actually be the first elemental Drake Mods have picked up all series long. They did get a couple Elder Dragons here and there, but they had no Drakes themselves, so Mountain Drake's a pretty good one to get. Immortals going to be happy to collect that. And Echo Fox for the first time, kind of a little hiccup in that early game.
And also, Echo Fox, I was talking about it earlier, where they kind of got bad RNG on the Drakes because they were picking up Ocean, Cloud, Ocean. One Mountain Drake, I think, in the first game near the end. Whereas Immortals are like Mountain Drake right off the bat. It's exactly what they need to help break turrets, get a little bit more tempo in the game. Whereas if you think about Echo Fox, what if they had Mountains and Infernals in the first game or the second game? It would have been a much different game for them because they had the control. The Oceans weren't helping them out too much because they weren't really in big siege situations for very long, and they already had the resources to keep themselves healthy.
Looks like Pobelter's sticking with his 1v1 versus Looper, who has only got that single kill. Flame actually did a nice job not dying anymore, despite the revisit from Akaadian as well, but Flame is pretty behind in CS. He'll still be decent in a teleport situation. Pobelter knows he can't be too careless here. In fact, Froggen's coming in as well. Flash in, gold card lands. Froggen going to try and finish it off. Great shockwave, but it doesn't quite hit. Doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
Froggen gets it.
That's so strange because it looked like Pobelter was saying, I can't throw a fish at long range at this Jayce because he'll flash away, or maybe the Twisted Fate will come in. And then he just walks up to the minion wave where the Jayce obviously will be able to jump on him. So big misplay there by Pobelter, but good from Froggen to punish it. This is something from his Twisted Fate that we weren't really seeing in the early game, was him ulting and getting a lot of these picks when he was playing it previously.
Yeah, they broke up the map so quickly that it didn't really matter, but Flame or Pobelter, no, it's Flame. Actually, Pobelter it could be. In fact, they're both coming. Never mind. Olleh caught in transition. Akaadian, we're going to try and knock him up. Good on from Cody Sun. Saves him. The arrow, oh, just barely with the black shield, but Akaadian burrows in, going to try and take it down. Now Flame onto Froggen with a bit of help from Pobelter. Gate here, but it's not enough as Looper diving into Pobelter. Pobelter falls as Keith does get credit for that kill, and now Flame could be in trouble. Dardoch, the squishy target. I might want to go for it. Good little twisted advance out from under the silence, but Echo Fox, they win that trade.
Yeah, but the middle turret's going to take some damage here. And they have enough wave clear on this bottom side to actually deal with this. So depends on how quickly that Keith and Gate get back to that mid lane.
Never mind, I thought they might take the bottom out of it. Looks like it'll be even so far. Echo Fox, don't overcommit.
What's Looper doing in the... Oh, okay, I was like, Looper's hanging out in that bottom bush still, and both Dardoch and Flame are there. All right, yeah, they're like... they're like, he's still here.
Dardoch's thinking about it. I wonder if Looper knows.
The way that the Moakai is playing is a little bit suspect. Dardoch knows that he's not spotted because of the fact that the minions didn't aggro him afterwards. So, yeah, so there's definitely not... Oh.
And take the classic creep. There's your tax flame. I tried. I'm sorry.
That's 18 gold for my time, you know? Just, I chilled for a bit. Unfortunate, the gank didn't work, but Froggen does get picked off here. That's where Flame used his flash to continue the fight onto Froggen. Pobelter still doesn't have his ultimate back up yet, but that was a good TP from Looper into that bush. And then they ended up just trading there. And Dardoch and Flame, as we saw, both got out.
Yeah, interesting to see Echo Fox kind of play a little safe, but I think smart not to lose their mid lane turret. Didn't want to chase onto any other kills, but they did get some summoners. So if they do continue kind of more of the heavy skirmish style, particularly with the Twist of Fate, which makes sense that they did show in the second game, I feel like Echo Fox can kind of open up the map a little more. It's a little tricky right now with only one turret apiece, and they're in different lanes for these two teams, but they've got all the tools to make it happen between the damage that Looper has early, Gate Salt, Keith Salt, and Froggen's Gold Card.
And Froggen, they can still execute a 1-3-1 here on Echo Fox. And Immortals, it did look like they wanted to go for something like a 1-3-1, but Pobelter, to be honest, he's a little bit far behind. He's about 1,000 gold down behind Froggen now. So Froggen, with the Twisted Fate passive and the fact that they've gotten multiple kills on him and assists, he's doing quite well for himself. He's got a pretty much item and a half, whereas you look at Pobelter's inventory, he's got Sork Shoes and he's got the pieces. He's going for the Lich Bane, almost there, but right now he's just not strong enough to actually destroy Froggen or do anything like that. And Dardoch, just chilling right now.
It's 2v2, good fish. Akaadian spotted out. Dardoch's here and now they know damage is huge, and Dardoch does get the kill. Pobelter takes some chunkage, but not enough.
Hey, he did it again. That's it. You just stand there. You make sure that the Rek'Sai Tremor Sense can't see you, and then you come out of nowhere. Actually, I had an interesting story about it because, oh, hold on. Nice from Olleh.
Very good reaction on the Black Shield, but Froggen wants in instead. They're going to chase it down. Do they go in for Dardoch? No, they stun again after Gate's ultimate. Froggen going to get himself a third kill, but Dardoch gets away.
Yep. Now Froggen puts himself a little bit further ahead, even more. So now, this guy, what's going to happen again? Because we've seen Froggen with gold, and it just kind of sputters out, and it doesn't actually do anything. So now, with the Twisted Fate, side wave pushing, advantage in the mid lane, hard to 1v1 him right now. Does he feel confident enough to start pushing towards these tier 2s, or at least getting all these tier 1s down?
Ooh, another gank. Pobelter already used his E. That's not a good sign. Silence in there. Exhaust going to follow through. Voidlink should be enough, and they are.
Perfect there. Great rotation from Echo Fox, and now he'll continue to push this wave up, get a little bit of damage here, and if you can pull people to the top side of the map to clear this wave, then that means you get priority on the mid. But no, nobody's going to answer it because Drake is just too important right now for Immortals.
Keith is still there as well, so that mid wave is shoving towards it, but Echo Fox know they want to be down for the objective and the potential fight that will break out. Pretty strong though. Sheen Rod of Ages is nice for the Twist of Fate, but Looper with that Black Cleaver will actually do a ton of front-loaded damage on the Jayce. And Pobelter, he does have his Lich Bane, but he's dead for a couple more seconds. Echo Fox going to try and take advantage of that and get this Cloud Drake.
He does have TP, and Looper was a bit far up there, but ends up backing off and playing it safe. And that's another Drake for Echo Fox. They've been having great control. And Keith needs a binding. Nothing really comes of it.
He's fine, he's fine. Flame still getting what farm he can. Still 30 CS behind Looper, which isn't a good sign. But again, he's Moakai. He'll be very relevant in any sort of skirmish situation. Just needs that kind of 1.5, 2 items.
Exactly. You kind of opt into the fact that you're going to be behind when you pick this matchup. The Jayce will just bully you so hard, and if he gets any attention, let it be wards up there or a gank, then he's going to come out on top for sure. So the fact that the Jayce is doing as well as it is, it's not to be unexpected, but Flame, he's going to have to find ways to contribute to these fights.
Ooh, Gate takes damage there. Good binding from Olleh. Kind of a misrotation there from Echo Fox, almost getting their mid-outer taken out. Luckily for them, they hold on to it, but they are going to need to open up this map a little more and really give Froggen an opportunity to make some plays in the sidelines with the Twisted Fate. Otherwise, they're just going to keep farming up, and you know, Immortals are more than happy
The
to
siege
keep
is a
playing.
bait. The siege is a bait right here. They're trying to make them think that they can do this.
I like it. Cody Sun caught in. That's good amount of damage as Keith gets that next kill for himself. Can they take the turrets? Olleh gonna be forced to flat. Arrow is wonderful! And there's the wombo combo. Akaadian snipes one.
They even got the teleports out of both Flame and Pobelter, so now Echo Fox, they can start taking this turret and pushing down. Baron's not up for them for another minute, so now they'll get two turrets off of this and push towards that tier 2 if they want it, because those death timers for 10 seconds. But, oh, they see the flank. They see him actually.
Oh, they found
he
Dardoch.
didn't
No,
make it.
that hop's not in. Akaadian gonna knock him up. The silence follows in. There's the shutdown.
Oh, the sneaky attempt there from Dardoch, and it doesn't work out. Doesn't make it over the wall.
Might have saved the turret, could be the good news, but Echo Fox get a huge surge of gold. Now 4,000 gold ahead. Looper with his Hexdrinker probably feels confident even against Pobelter with the finished Lichbane.
Oh yeah, the Hexdrinker's definitely going to help him out here. I was surprised that Froggen didn't go for a Negatron cloak just because of the matchup, but instead just went for the Rod of Ages into the Lichbane so he could destroy structures. So he might not be the one that's going to deal with Pobelter. Because that Hexdrinker's on, I think that Looper will try to match up against the fish over and over again. But this was a great bait, because that turret is so low that they want Immortals to think they can get it. And Gate and Akaadian went from the side with the sweeper, made sure there were no wards, and then the follow-up here. Looper comes in. Olleh, they know he doesn't have Black Shield, and they get a great pickoff. 3 long-range abilities all hit.
And such confidence from Looper. He knows his teammates hit that arrow, just fires the shock blast straight into the squishy support. And I do get the bottom outer turret as well. So now 3 turrets to 1 for Echo Fox. That's propping up a lot of this big gold lead that they've gotten quite quickly here. And Baron's also an option. Looks like Looper's getting chased. It's 1v3 right now, or about to be. He gets locked down by a Binding Flame, knocks him back. He's going to get exhausted. It's just a disaster. Looper is going to fall to Cody.
Yeah, he was hatching a ward there. Wasn't aware that he was sitting right on top of it, so Immortals able to just read his movements and then pick him off.
So, some 2 back-to-back plays from the teams. Really nice and smart and kind of exploiting where you expect people to be. Echo Fox definitely got the better end of their particular trade, but Immortals making the right plays. Getting picks here is important. If you see someone overextended, you have to go and take that gold. The Immortals continually fallen behind, which is not a good thing, especially for a team that was known for just being so good and aggressive, but they've continually played very well while behind, which is good to see.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Immortals, they aren't afraid to continue to make picks or be bold, and it sometimes puts them even further in the hole. We've seen Pobelter in this game make attempts. We saw Dardoch in the previous game try to pull the trigger. That's just the type of players that they are, is they will see the play and try to make it, but it doesn't always work out, but at least they try.
Arrow doesn't connect. Froggen's looking to chase someone down though, might commit, but is he going to use the teleport out of the ultimate? Looper's actually busy kind of pushing that wave over. Does have TP, but wants to get the waves pushing in their favor first. And looks like Echo Fox are maybe going to try and gank Flame here. There's a wave building up. He knows he has to back off here, but Echo Fox, kind of given the current position on the map, Baron seems like a very real objective that they can try and take, even though it's quite early. They can't sneak it again, most likely, but if they can get together and get the ward division down, they can probably try and force a fight around it.
Yeah. And the Baron, you assume when these turrets start going down, and that's what's next for these guys, because it's a little bit easier to get than trying to force a siege on the tier 2s. And the fact that Echo Fox don't really have that CC tank like a Nautilus or Moakai in the top lane. Looper, he's either going to split push or he'll come in and say, all right, this is my time to actually help siege, because they have a great sieging composition here, right? They have a way to actually just poke you down, throw cards at you, throw an Ashe arrow every time it's up.
We've got the rapid fire cannon cards as well from
Nice.
Froggen, so additional range, and Jayce, of course, adding to that poke.
I am not, sorry, I am not looking forward to seeing this build in my games.
I'm looking forward to building this build. Cody Sun, call with a big red! Oh, Akaadian does snipe him out. No error required there from Keith.
That's such a long range! How was that legal? Oh my god. That's insane. The 700, almost 700 range. 675. There it is again. Right over the wall.
Oh, there's an ulti on some flame damages there. Malzahar just does so much work, and Looper assists from another screen away. Echo Fox with 2 picks. I think they're running to Baron.
Yep. And...
Oh,
Froggen!
Use your ulti. Flash over the wall.
He could probably hit the Baron from over the wall. He could hit the Baron because he
Yes, he could.
So he could hit the could hit it one time.
All right, Froggen does not ulti over the wall, which is probably the correct call. But Echo Fox, 2 decisive picks and a decisive Baron. This is the mid game we wanted to see from them. The question now, can they carry this into that third phase and cleanly close out the game? Because they have another huge lead.
Exactly. They have a great composition to do so, and Froggen right here. No flash required. What the? He gets rooted. You assume that that's far enough. It's like, nope, check yourself. 675. Oh my god. Man, got any Maokais?
Nope, not anymore.
No fish, man. Oh.
Well, see in the picture that Drake actually did go over to Immortals, so they got an ocean for themselves, which is nice. Next one is Mountain, which Fox would love to have. Fortunately for them, Immortals did get the first one, but the siege is on, the Baron buff is there.
Yeah, and the wave clear is really low. Think about Immortals' composition. They don't have something like a Syndra mid or a LeBlanc mid to clear it out. It's that Fizz, and Fizz has to put himself at risk. I'm pretty much telling you there's zero chance that the Fizz, playful tricksters, and uses his AoE ability to clear a minion wave underneath the turret.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Probably not, though.
Whew. I mean, the Malzahar ulties you. He's like, my bad. So now it's pretty much Cody will throw arrows at the casters. Not us. I know, you gave me a look. I was like, not us. He's not going to shoot us. He's going to shoot the caster minions and make sure that those are dead. But now they just get to chunk these out. This will be a very early inhibitor again if they continue to push. Now you can see Looper, instead of getting that tier 2, starts fainting towards mid.
And in fact, the team's coming with him, which is smart. Pobelter caught Froggen, though, finding it. Oh my god, that was a huge kill. Very nice pick from Immortals.
That's the assassin right there. Also had a little bit of help with the Dark Binding on top of it, but Froggen was not expecting that at all. He doesn't have a Zhonya's completed. Oh, boy.
And that actually knocks the wind straight out of their sails.
Yeah.
Pobelter just knows. Is that a read?
Yeah, you think it's good in terms of the vision on the right, but... Oh, Keith! Okay, so yeah, Keith jumps out of the way because he's actually dead if he gets hit by that binding too, so... Good job there from Keith to actually flash away and react to that, whereas Froggen caught in rotation.
And now doesn't have that flash, so Immortals can keep picking people up if Echo Fox are sloppy in their rotations down there. I feel like they could have just left Looper there and taken it. I mean, had Teleport, he really needed to join him. He's not that far away from his team.
There's a bit of a macro mistake there.
Oh, this is just Looper going crazy! Pobelter's got no chance.
Man. Flailing around there. Nothing he can really do. Maybe wanted to blow his flash, get over the wall, but you're pretty much dead to rights. There's so much damage.
Arrow! Lands on Flame. Oh, that's rude. Get away, get away, get away!
And throw it.
Timing's good. Flame dodges it, but he gets ulted by Kate instead. Now Looper following in for the damage. Flame's forced to flash out. Almost a global pick onto a tank. Very impressive looking, and now the siege is back on for Echo Fox.
Yeah, the tank is a bit behind. He doesn't have a full magic resist item done just yet. And that's going to be that turret and the inhibitor on top of it as they siege.
Really nice stuff here from Echo Fox. 26 minutes in. This is the pace we have not seen from them just yet. Felt like they were building up to it over the course of the series, but confidence must be swelling now. They have a huge lead. 7,000 gold ahead. They've started to knock down turrets. They've got super minions in the middle. They really just have one more position to go through before they can end the game. Echo Fox, you took game 1 already with a very similar looking style, but it took you a very long time. The most important thing isn't just to win this game, although I'm sure that's what it is to you. Win with confidence. Show the rest of the teams in the league that you have what it takes to win a game this cleanly.
I mean, the league is really stacked as well, so people are talking about where's Immortals going to end up when they have players like Flame and Dardoch. Well, where are we going to see FlyQuest land? Where's Phoenix 1 landing with them looking so good as well? Where's Dignitas landing with their imports, right? So every game matters so much. Like we talked about it before, but when people are doing power rankings, it's like, where do these teams sit? And it's really nebulous right now. We have almost no idea where these teams are going to end up. So what's the level of Immortals? What's the level of Echo Fox? And like you're saying, win with confidence. Put a message out there that they're a top half team, that they aren't that 10th place team anymore.
Well, Baron buff has dropped off, unfortunately for them. So they are just going to have to do things the fair way. Looks like they're setting up for a siege. Probably going to split here with Looper bottom. Doesn't have teleport, so we'll have to be a bit careful there. Pobelter answering top lane once again, but Froggen free to join almost anywhere. We've seen how long the gold cut range is with the rapid fire cannon. It's got max rank ulti, so he'll be zipping around the map. Again, gonna stick with his team a little more here, and it looks like they are moving down towards the bottom half. Kind of want them out, and Drake want to support Looper and kind of start sieging there.
So when Looper gets that minion wave up, they'll be able to go between bottom and mid, which is not ideal. Usually you want to go between middle and somewhere else, but they already have that inhib down, so it'll be something that shoves quite quickly for them. Pobelter will have to spend a decent amount of time actually picking off these minions. They'll get some damage on the spot turret.
Gate getting poked out a bit, but should be okay for now. For all the viewers from NALCS 2, welcome to the stream. You've joined in a very wonderful time here. It's been a chaotic best of 3, but Echo Fox looking solid right now, firmly in the lead, but we've seen this from them before. Closing out is going to be the key. They're looking to see just bottom turret up though, and Immortals, not sure what defense they have. Pobelter looking for something.
Where's for Fish?
Fish is Akaadian, that's not the target you want. Looper gets himself out of the snare, and Akaadian so tanky.
That was a super good block from him too. He got the he got the knock-up off right before, so his Courage of the Colossus goes off, and he actually absorbs a lot of the damage from the Fizz.
You can see poke of their own. Looper moving around the side. That's going to be a simple turret take there for Echo Fox. Now they're going to run back, I think, towards the Mountain Drake. They know that Siege is in their game. This is such a crucial Drake for them to get here. It's 20 seconds away, but they might want to wait around for it. Looks like a lot of recalls right now, so perhaps I'm wrong there. Buffs are starting to respawn, though. 50 seconds to the Baron. Crucial moment in this game is about to come up.
Right before this crucial moment, looking at the items, and Giant Slayer for Dardoch, even though he does have his Black Cleaver, so he is a little bit over a lot of people in health. He's got more than Gate, I believe, and he's got more than Keith, so he's not damaging those squishies anymore. He's doing a little bit more to Froggen, Akaadian, and Looper, but then also, to boot, he's still on Tier 1 boots. He doesn't have Mobies or anything like that, which you normally see from a Kha'Zix that's trying to snowball the game early. You see like an early Moby boots pickup, or you see Merc treads because they have so much CC with gold cards, but he's just sitting on those brown bags the whole game.
And Akaadian does stick around to help his team take them out in Drake, so those objectives feel way more open now. Pobelter is going to trade, take the top out of top for Immortals and give them some much needed gold, but Echo Fox are over to the Baron. I see Dardoch hitting the recall button. Immortals are grossly out of position to try and defend this Baron take, and Echo Fox, of course, they don't know that exactly, but they're in position to try and take it. Looper setting up the split push. I think they're waiting on his teleport cooldown.
Almost up. Give it about 15 more seconds before it's back up, but he's causing pressure on the bottom side of the map, so even, basically like you said, don't start Baron until they have that, or have Looper walk over, get some poke damage down. And Dardoch actually backed for the last Whisper, which is only really going to affect a little bit of armor on Froggen, and Akaadian's 2 armor items, so it's only shredding, like,
Ooh, that's a huge arrow on Pobelter. Blocks him down with ultimate. I cannot believe Keith hit that.
Wow, Fizz just got absolutely deleted, and he couldn't do anything about it. He has the Zhonya's, he has Flash. Great block up there and follow-up. They didn't even have to burn a Flash of their own, like the Malzahar, to get in there, and that's great. He gets rid of it. He gets rid of that. Is perfect.
Okay, excellent heads-up play there. Now Echo Fox just going to try and take this down. The poke is in from Cody Sun.
Yeah,
you need to be careful.
They got to go for broke here if they actually want to try and steal it, but no, it's going to be Echo Fox trying to engage a fight.
Froggen does not pull the trigger on the ultimate. Immortals get them off Baron once, and Echo Fox feel it's too unsafe. They can't commit for it.
That was good, though. That was really good from Gate. I feel like supports don't do this enough, where they don't kill the blast cone that's behind the Baron when the enemy team is red side, or even if they have time to do it. But look at that. That was so good, because that was blind. He throws down the trinket afterwards to see, is this one going to hit? Lands right on the Fizz, and he doesn't have time to react.
Love the play there from Keith, who's definitely been caught out a couple times in the series. But really nice to see him shine with a strong individual play there. And Echo Fox, they punish excellently well. Immortals do have everyone back together, but they're going to have to dance around this objective once more. Couple wards to clear in the back. Akaadian and Froggen will do that. And they're just going to start. No, not yet. They're going to wait for everyone else. Probably smart to not start Baron without your 2 marksmen.
Yeah. Very unwise to do so.
Seems not good.
Yeah, but that middle inhibitor, something that they need to push down and get towards again. Set up on the sides. Pobelter with teleport in the side lanes now. He's picked up a few decent items for himself. Looks like he might be going for Death Cap next. So it's a bit of a ways away before he picks up another big spike. Actually, he's sitting on 1,800 gold, so he's actually there.
Well, I like to see this from Echo Fox again.
Never mind, sorry. He goes for the Void Staff.
Makes more sense. Pobelter actually quite strong now with those 3 items. Ulti from Cody Sun lands to hit Keith, but no one else is in position to capitalize on a nice pick. Echo Fox is trying to shove their way down, but they actually have no control over their side waves at all, so it's a little all-in looking from Echo Fox.
Yeah, after this, they'd have to go push those side waves down, but Immortals don't really have the tools to pick a fight and have it work out in their favor or have a high percentage of winning it right now.
If Echo Fox go to Baron, this could be an opening for Immortals.
Yeah. If they go to Baron and they lose Baron, then there's enough minions
They go into Baron.
You can end the game off of that.
Oh, they're clearing towards the Baron. Okay, they technically went there, but they're not starting it.
You're not wrong, yeah.
Echo Fox making the smart play and making sure they maintain control of the side waves. Looper going to go back down. He's got his teleport if he has to join in. He will crush this wave.
Yeah, like I said, it's not worth it. If you lose 2 or 3 people at the Baron or even lose the Baron fight completely,
Probably ends.
The game's over, right? And Immortals will end up taking it. It's what happened to them with Phoenix 1 where, oh, we lost the fight. Time to actually take it. And now that they see Looper on the bottom side, Immortals are going to try to take it. They're going to try to take advantage of this. It's going down.
Hookshot caught them though. They kind of know, but the damage is there. Echo Fox have to commit for a fight. Looper's in. Froggen finds Olleh, but the shield is in. Dardoch secures the round, but Akaadian's into the back lines. Looper now joining the fight as well. Wants Cody Sun. Dardoch dodging around. Great off from Froggen. The Dardoch QSS is out. Akaadian on a rampage as he takes down Karjik. Cody Sun gets out from under the arrow, but Flame will not be so lucky. Froggen now over the other side. Slays Pobelter as well. Echo Fox 3 clean kills. No knock by Flame. He did live. Cody Sun gonna live for a little while longer. Froggen taking damage. Good Sonya's. His team is barely here to join him with Akaadian. Gonna try and do something here. Wild cards! Don't pick it up. Baron to Immortals, but 2-0 Echo Fox.
Exactly. Only 2 members get away with it.
Flame did die.
Yeah, he did. I mean, usually the tank's not going down, but ends up having 4 people on him. Crazy fight as well. Immortals looked like they wanted to kind of half take it, half not take it, and some people were trying to sacrifice themselves. Now, though, knocking on the base doors here, but those are very buffed up minions, and Immortals are quickly going to push Fox back.
Yeah, side waves aren't there either for Echo Fox. Elder Dragon spawning in 50 seconds. Smart to go back.
Exactly. Elder Dragon in 1 minute here. And it's all about the setup where everybody had their attention and their wards on the top half of the map. Now they have to put it on the bottom side and get that all ready for this. Sterix Gauge comes through for Akaadian on top of that, so very, very difficult to kill him. This was super interesting because Pobelter gets knocked up, then the Shock Blast goes on to Cody. Dardoch tries to go around, he gets locked up. Pobelter goes through, gets E'd back in a really awkward direction. So he jumps over the wall. Looper looks like he wants to try to take him out there with the Acceleration Gate. Shock Blast, still not far enough, and Froggen gets it anyway.
And there's Flame tricking me. It was Guardian Angel actually, is why I thought he was alive.
Yeah, almost got Gate, but this fight was just so difficult for Immortals to actually win from this deficit. But they do walk away with 2 that have Baron.
Elder Dragon ready though. Dardoch in the area. Gate loses his passive. Good ward set up here. Echo Fox gonna eat the honey fruit as well, and they're starting it. They just want the Elder Dragon right now.
Yep, ever since the change where it doesn't take less damage every Drake you have, it's been so easy to take. Half HP already.
Looking good. Olleh sniped as well. Gate combos in with the ultimate. Do they want the support? They'll get it. Looper and Pobelter fighting off as well. Flame straight into the lines. But Froggen lives. Oh my god. Heat deleted by Dardoch as he gets a double kill. Immortals still fighting in. There's another kill, but Akaadian unstoppable on the other side. Immortals somehow winning this team fight. Echo Fox get ravaged. Akaadian's gonna go down.
You've got to be kidding me again! Again and again! Echo Fox, they lose another team fight, and Immortals destroy them!
Dardoch goes off with the resets there on Kha'Zix, and they're going to get the Elder Dragon as well.
Well, Pobelter threw a fish, and it hit past the Jayce, and it actually locked on to where Flame was in everybody, and it may have been hard for them to see because Flame had his ultimate on, so you have multiple circles on top of each other, but it actually hit like 2 to 3 people. It knocks up Keith as well, and Keith just gets obliterated because Dardoch sees the opportunity. They use the Malzahar ultimate here. They're poking down with the W. There, it's right there. It's on Akaadian and knocks up Keith. Keith gets killed. That gives a reset to get onto Froggen, and then Dardoch is able to pick up Gate afterwards, and that is absolutely huge and crucial for Immortals to stay in this game.
That's disaster. Echo Fox again. Just can't quite find a way in, and Immortals are back in this game. Don't let the gold lead fool you. Immortals are in control right now.
Oh, the gold leads have meant absolutely nothing so far in this entire series.
Well, no major buff just yet. Echo Fox will regroup. See what work they can get done. Bottom lane looking a little...
I do want to talk about AD carries for a second because everybody says like AD carry, you know, 2017 lol, etc. But if your AD carry dies, then you lose the team fight. Like that's literally how it happens. The AD carry's defense tools are not their own.
but they do so much damage if you keep them alive. Keith cannot be getting caught like that. He is 2 levels down. He's not getting as much experience as Cody Sun. He is really not performing too well. He's almost Flame Horizoned as well as an AD carry who should be getting gold, who should be on another item right now. And he was so close to that Chum the Waters as well.
Well, it looks like Echo Fox gonna try and make something out of it and actually run towards the top lane where Looper is setting up. Pobelter is bottom lane with his teleport. Looper does not have his, and Immortals were shoving mid lane to try and get some work done. Easy turret pickup here in the top lane though. Echo Fox will pressure Immortals and force them back away from the Baron side of the map. They might even try and set a trap here. Unfortunately, Baron isn't up for a couple minutes, so Immortals don't have too much reason to go there, but they're actually gonna try and race them.
Race the... All right. I mean, they have a lot of damage here. I actually think Immortals need to back now. They're
Immortals
so much.
absolutely need to back. Fox take a quick inhib and back away. They can't go for mid, but that's a huge pressure point opened up with Baron up in the next few minutes.
Yeah, the base is getting bodied. It's just immediately it's gone. You can't race against the Jayce. It's absolute insanity to try and do so.
Well, Immortals, a rare slip actually in their macro game does cost them that top inhibitor. Mid's open as well, and bottom lane's taken a decent chunk of damage. It will regenerate health over time, but Looper's been there pretty consistently trying to push that wave in. And there's that Baron buff coming up in a minute 35. There's going to be something around the buff, whether or not a team just gives it up, there's a fight around it, or a team gets it and is able to end the game. But despite the goal difference, these two teams are awfully close again, and we're kind of back to where we've been all series long. One team fight is going to determine this game.
And here's the thing too, is this next team fight. Oh,
Good QSS from Looper.
there's a TP coming through from Flame as well.
Mortal's gonna force it. Flame. Nice defensive arrow from Keith, actually.
Stops the possibility of Flame getting a W1 to somebody. He doesn't have his flash up just yet. He will have his GA and his flash available for the Baron.
Ooh, that's risky. Echo Fox, they've got an opportunity to push the bottom wave, but I don't know if they want to give up Baron for it. They decide, no, they do not. And they'll hit the recall button, try and defend the mid push that Immortals have got going. There's so much push and pull in these late game as far as where you are on the map and where your minions are.
And the fact that this is the 3rd game in a series that has gone multiple 40-plus minute games so far. We're talking like 50-minute games. People are getting fatigued. You are actually getting mentally fatigued on how to position. AD carries have to watch themselves all the time.
He wants it. He gets the car, but it's onto Olleh. Akaadian taking too much damage. Looper trying to chase away Pobelter, but Akaadian almost going to go down. Froggen has another card. Looper throwing in what he can. Flame actually eating so much damage on the front lines.
That was super good by Froggen. He used the ultimate to see where is Pobelter, where is he trying to flank from, because he was looking for an opportunity to throw a fish in and possibly tag Keith, Gate, or Froggen, and Looper was able to zone it.
And look, no one died there, but chunking people out, Olleh being low still, Akaadian finding Dardoch. The Baron is up. Echo Fox can force something here. They're going to try and do it again. Akaadian eats a binding, a bit of damage there, but Echo Fox should be going straight to Baron.
Pobelter has to clear, so they're going to start this Baron up.
Got TP, don't forget. Baron being started though, Dardoch's in the midst.
He's got flash as well, down to 4,000.
Echo Fox smartly pull away. They don't want to force a 50-50. They got the TP they wanted.
Got their TP again.
Oh!
Oh, it's the
Looper!
switcheroo!
He's going to try and get it. Froggen doesn't have his ulti, but there's one turret down. They just need to stop them.
This is going to be Pobelter coming up there, though, a little bit faster. If they can actually get to Looper.
Looper's caught. Cody Sun. They're going to try and jump on him, but Looper flashes in. It's not quite there to his team. Fizz still there. There's a shutdown for Dardoch. GA's getting popped. That's Akaadian, I think. No, it's Flame. Akaadian's still alive with his GA back up. Looper went all in for the game there.
Yeah, but he got that top turret, so now those super minions, you have to worry about them even more because they only have one turret that they need to focus on. Bot lane, large wave here. Pobelter, no ultimate. He's going to have to be cleared out.
Well, they want to at least. Dardoch's in the area. Very smart for him to kind of know this is up. They've even got vision, so they absolutely know what happens. Akaadian's too low. They can't commit. And Froggen is just too far away to join from all the way down the bottom lane.
Yeah, but this puts him in a good position to push out bottom lane again. Look at how low that turret is in that bottom side. They stop the backs. Dardoch going in!
Get caught. No, he lives. No, he doesn't.
He got the reset, though.
Gets him instead. Keith gonna get jumped on. He's dead as well. Dardoch!
You can see he's so happy about that. He may have just saved the game for Immortals.
Dardoch is one of those players that sometimes feels very feast or famine, but he is doing so much work to try and win his team this game. Baron is dead. Immortals claim it. Pobelter back in the base to try and clear it out. Froggen got a little bit of vision, but he couldn't even get the bottom turret.
And Immortals are back in the driver's seat again with this Baron buff. They stop the bottom turret from going down on top of it. The series is absolutely insane, just back and forth. What is happening?
And Froggen, he actually changes something here. He sold his rapid fire cannon and gone for a death cap. We've seen how much Dardoch is doing on full damage Kha'Zix. Froggen says, I have to carry this game for my team.
Yeah, when we saw the build previously, it was a lot of utility and range for those picks in exchange for it. Beautifully played by Dardoch. This Kha'Zix, disgusting. Uses the leap, the reset on it just for extra damage there right on top of him. And gets the kill without dying. So, 2v1.
And to just tell the story of the series, we're at 44 minutes in almost. We've had a bunch of different kills. Objectives are just flying left and right to both teams. And we're even in gold. Couldn't be any sweeter to finalize the 3-game series.
Absolutely insane. Cody Sun, 120 CS up over Keith. 2 levels down. Keith is still not level 18. The bottom lane with Gate, they are just not getting fed experience because they're constantly grouped up and everybody else is split pushing. So the levels start to mean a lot because they're ranks and abilities that you don't have. Granted, for Ashe, usually the hawk shot, so it's not a big deal. But for the Malzahar, it means he's not having that same duration on the silence or the damage on the E, which will matter at this point in the game.
Still get stats as well for leveling up. Not like the 2 levels mean nothing there either. Akaadian getting himself caught, binding hits. Pobelter doesn't go all in for it. Immortals, though, still have enough Baron buff. They've got more than half of it left. Yep, they take mid. Froggen, oh, he wants it, but Flame's going to go back to stopping Immortals. Do take this in him, but I don't think Froggen can stop Flame. He will get the turret, but Flame's going to chase him down. Froggen isn't going to get chased, actually. Could ulti out if he needed to, but he knows it's safe, and they're pinging that Elder Dragon.
They used the blue trinket. They're tracking Froggen. There's nothing for them to take on the map. Where is he going to go?
He's got the ulti activated. He's trying to, get out. But Dardoch caught him, I think.
Dardoch kind of sniffed that one out.
Oh, no. Good turn around Dardoch.
Oh, it's too late. He did the QSS too late.
And now Akaadian's here.
He's
Flash
fine.
out. No! He's giving the 5 before they need. He leaps out. Heads up play from Echo Fox, but Dardoch gets away. Powered recall still there for the Baron. The in-him respawn mid as well for Echo Fox. This game is just getting closer and closer.
I'm losing my mind as well. QSS too early, not too late, sorry. I mean, I started off on a bad note too. It was a little shaky. I got better towards the mid, and now we're good.
Are you Echo Fox?
I mean, I would have had a great early game then. I don't know how to close out a cast, Pastry. That's why I always have you call the end, you know?
We're going to be okay. 1 minute left to Elder Dragon is up and running. And again, the longer the game goes, the more the tiny mistakes start to matter. We've seen people get caught out. We've seen people use cooldowns too early. We've seen misposition in the side waves. We've seen early teleports. We've seen just a whole range of play from both these teams. The one thing you don't want to do is lose a game 3. We're up. Everything's kind of coming to a head. This will be our longest game of the series as well.
Ooh. They all feel about this long. But it's been Echo Fox in the lead for a large portion.
Big hit! Now Dardoch is out to kill. Dardoch resets straight to Akaadian. Froggen, he's going for it. He's trying to end the game. His team needs to defend. Lupus here as well with TP.
He's just trying to do damage control because there's no way he gets a minion wave in there because they already have, they have 1 turret down. They don't have the 2nd turret.
They want 2 inhibs instead. That's Immortals going back. Froggen, did you overstay your welcome? Dardoch looking for Akaadian again. He got 2, but I don't think he can get away. Flashes out from under Cody Sun's ultimate. Does he have his ulti? He doesn't. He used it already. Pobelter's got it. Gate's here as well. Oh, Gode comes up clutch, but he gets sniped by Cody. And now Gate's been exhausted. Damage control turns to disaster.
And if he can kill Akaadian, nope. Gonna have to back off here, but everybody else is gonna come through. That's a 3 for 0. Immortals have a 5-man advantage for 10 more seconds here on Keith, but then it gets even worse.
Oh, Looper, no, he's maybe found one. They've got 2 teleports. Do they have to defend the super? Surely they can try and end the game. There's 1, there's 2.
They have been playing from a deficit in the early game in all 3 games, and now Immortals, they're going to try to close it out right here. Here's the counter.
Time. They have to try and do something. Akaadian in. Looper with the damage, but Immortals will do enough. Looper forced back. Keith standing so far forward because he has to do damage. There's 1 turret going down. Keith caught him again. Dardoch lifts on him. Flash auto takes him down. Turrets melting left and right. Looper just can't defend it. And Immortals win a ridiculous series.
absolutely insane. Immortals take game 3 over Echo Fox. A 48-minute game that was so rough. We're talking about roller coasters, emotional roller coasters, the whole series. 2-1 ends in Immortals' favor when it looked like it wasn't going to go that way every single early game.
The Echo Fox early game certainly seems very strong, but Pobelter with a big grin on his face. It's always tough for new teams coming into the league, and Immortals' brand is so big from last year that you have to think they feel that pressure. Echo Fox will unfortunately not pick up a win just yet over the weekend, but Immortals clutch it out, and it's such a different team for both these teams, actually.
It is very different from both of them. Great early game from Echo Fox, some of the best that we have actually seen